Welcome to the ERW podcast. Today we're talking cryptocurrency, we're talking blockchain technology, especially on the continent of Africa. I have a very interesting guest here today in person of Beyan, Gonowolo, son of the soil. He's one of the architects of the Akibolium blockchain technology. And this technology is focused on taking cryptocurrency and taking blockchain technology to the continent of Africa. He's the operations lead for the company. He's one of the leaders, one of the founders. Beyan's background, he's a civil engineer, has a master's degree in civil engineering. That's his background. He worked for a civil engineering company here. He's an investor. He's a crypto trader. He's a blockchain enthusiast. So we're going to talk about blockchain technology today. We'll talk about the coin that they have placed into the marketplace that every regular individual can go and purchase and invest in. So without any further ado, Ben, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I appreciate
Yes, sir. Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
So Ben, before we get into business, just tell me a little bit about what you do and, as a civil engineer, briefly, maybe just let us know how this whole thing started, this blockchain,
Sure.
and what led to that.
Right. That's a pretty interesting question because a lot of people kind of ask me and say, look, Beyan, you're into civil engineering. How did you find yourself into blockchain?
Right.
But one of the things I like to talk to people about is as an engineer, we're problem solvers.
Yes, sir.
We love to solve problems. And the engineering method of solving problems is just acquiring information, trying to analyze it, and figuring out the most strategic way to approach it. Mm-hmm. So I've worked in the civil engineering space now for, I would say, almost 12 years.
12 years.
12 years. So I've worked for the same company for 10 years. And it's been really amazing. I do a lot of road design and road construction, highway design and design roundabouts. I've done some work in Maple Grove and Plymouth and other places. I'm excited about those things, but I am extremely excited about blockchain technology.
Okay.
Part of the reason why I'm excited about it and what got me into it is the fact that I think blockchain technology can solve a lot of the problems we have on the continent.
Okay.
As an engineer, when I see problems, I'm looking for solutions.
Absolutely.
And I think blockchain is the key.
What is blockchain technology for the average person?
Right.
What is that technology?
Yeah, blockchain technology is like Internet 5.0. It's like the next generation of the advancement of the Internet. So, in 2008, there was a very major problem that was solved in computer science.
Okay.
It's called the double spending problem. Now, what makes that problem so important is all through before 2008, with Bitcoin coming up, Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency that was shown up to us, say, hey, we've solved this problem. It was published in a white paper, and everybody read it. All the scientists, the computer scientists, the mathematicians around the world read that paper, and they were fascinated because the double spending problems were solved. Now, what is the double spending problem? Now, before 2008, anytime I sent you a digital instrument, let's say I sent you an email,
Right.
I still keep the email. I keep a copy of that email.
Right.
So I just sent you, I keep the original copy, but I just sent you a copy of the email.
Right.
Now that's, that was for every digital asset. Anything digital. If I send digital instrument, the person who sends it always has
the
a
original copy.
Has the original copy.
Right.
But blockchain, what blockchain actually did was if I send you a digital instrument, a digital asset, now I have relinquished my ownership of that asset from me to you becomes the new owner. That was the first time in history that we could do that. Now, think about all the technology that can be built around that. Very important. For money, this is what we call cryptocurrency, for instance.
Right.
Now, I don't want to ever send you money,
Right.
but then I still keep the money.
Right.
It don't make no sense.
Right.
You are a business person and you provide a service to me, and I pay you, but I also keep the money.
So basically, it's almost like the same concept as Zelle.
Right.
So I'm remitting money to you, but using this medium called cryptocurrency.
Yes.
And that's what your blockchain is producing on the continent of Africa. So we have Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin investor, one of the original investors in Bitcoin.
Sure.
And it's based on speculation.
Yes.
Bitcoin has no particular backing. It is based on speculation that it's going to go up, and people are investing money into it. And because of that, the coin increases in value, and then my initial investment, I get a return on investment on it.
Exactly.
And so that's exactly what you're doing with this coin.
Yeah. What we're doing with the Akibolium is our project, and we have Aki Coin. What we're doing with Aki Coin is essentially...
So Aki Coin is like Bitcoin?
It's like Bitcoin.
Awesome.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, one of the things I have to talk about is we're not just a project that has a coin.
Right.
We also have a blockchain infrastructure.
Okay.
Now, the cryptocurrency part of it is just a single portion. So think about this, man. Right? Think about the internet, right?
Right.
But then you have Gmail. Gmail is still crypto, as the internet is still blockchain.
Okay.
So the internet is bigger than just Gmail.
Absolutely.
It's bigger than any one single app. The coin on our blockchain is just one.
It's just one of the products.
Yeah, one of the products.
You carry in the shop.
Right.
Okay.
But it is the currency of the platform.
Okay.
What makes, transaction happens.
Okay.
Can do things, it's called gas, we call it gas fees.
Right.
Where if I want to build a system on the blockchain,
Right.
the blockchain is going to require me to have that coin
Right.
to be able to facilitate whatever I'm trying to build.
Right.
Kind of like Facebook. If Facebook had a Facebook coin, and Facebook is saying, well, some of the utility for our coin is if you want to open a Facebook account, you need a Facebook coin in your wallet.
Right.
If you want to sell something on Facebook, you also need a Facebook coin.
Right.
So what happens? That coin automatically becomes money
Absolutely.
because there's utility to it.
Right.
So Aki Coin has a utility component to it.
Gotcha. So speaking of, because we're going to segment this to the African diaspora,
Sure.
Africans that live in the diaspora, and Africans that live on the continent,
Yes.
including Liberia, where we're from. So introducing this product to them, they're pretty new to it. I don't see a lot of people actually making investments in cryptocurrencies. We want to encourage them to participate in this thing that's coming up, that's going to blow up,
Yes.
that's going to be the new medium of exchange across the world.
Yes.
And I think SWIFT is trying to tie itself to the government. Actually have a segment in government now that qualifies cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
Different banks are coming on board. It's going to be a thing. The paper money is going to disappear, or it's going to shrink significantly.
Oh, yeah.
So now, Aki Coin under your blockchain technology, tell me unequivocally what problems is it solving?
Right.
Categorically for the continent and the diaspora Africans.
Correct. So, when it comes down to the utility side, so Aki is needed to have the blockchain to even exist and function and be used.
Okay.
Like I talked about the Facebook analysis, if Facebook had a coin, you can't really do anything with Facebook if you don't have the coin.
Right.
Aki, because we have that blockchain, you can't do anything on the blockchain without Aki. That's one of the most important utility. Now, the question would be, what can you do on the blockchain? You can build, so the blockchain, think about it as like a platform.
Okay.
A platform that has transparency built within it, that has a system that prevents any sort of corruption.
Okay.
Is a system that you can't really do things and then delete. All the trail, there's paper trail right there. We call it in the blockchain space, we call it an open ledger.
Okay.
Emmanuel, you're familiar with, with some accounting stuff where, if the ledger is open, everybody can see the receipt.
Yes.
Yes. And that is really good for institutional system on that, so that the people can be a part of their system, can be a part of the process. The people can audit the system. People can audit their institutions because of the corruption we see on the continent. We want to create a system, a platform where government, we don't have to ask them to be good people. We don't have to ask them to do the right thing for the people. We want to create a system where you don't trust the people, but you trust the system. I don't have to trust John Brown, but I trust mathematics.
Absolutely.
So
1 + 1 is 2 everywhere in the world.
Yes, and the blockchain is mathematics. It's mathematics in plain sight. And mathematics don't like you, it don't love you, it don't hate you. It's just math.
It's just map, and it's
Absolutely.
correct everywhere you go.
Yes.
Gotcha. So we're gonna put a link in the description below, the link that leads to Akibolium.
Sure.
For the average person to go and click on the link and buy Aki Coin,
Yes.
right? This is going to be an introduction to the average person. We're going to start with the diaspora Africans. We would like you guys to go click the link below, see what the infrastructure look like, and start to buy the coin at a very early stage where it's very at this point.
Yes.
It's going to grow
Yes.
because there's going to be awareness. There's going to be a lot of positive noise made about this coin because it's first of its kind.
Yes.
First off, very few of them that have made inroads in Africa. I believe there's one in South Africa right now, Nigeria, and
Yes.
those places are making strides. But as far as having leverage in Africa, it's not happening. Africa makes the Industrial Revolution.
Yes.
It makes the Textile Revolution. It makes other revolutions. It's about time that a young person like yourself and your team is introducing Aki Coin to the average person in the U.S. We'll start with the U.S., then we'll go to the continent and to see how people can actually buy the coin on the continent and how that can affect them. So if a person click on the link below, please let us know how do you go A to Z buying the coin and some of the securities that protect their resources.
Right. Absolutely, yes. If you go to akibolium.org, ALKEBULEUM.org, and I think Emmanuel is going to post that in the bottom of the video, you can join first our community. This is one thing. We're building a whole revolution here, right? It's easy to just say, I want everybody to just come and buy Aki. But, you know, what I'm trying to do, we're trying to have people be educated first. Very important. You know, if a person is educated about a subject, they're educated about, you know, blockchain technology, then they have the confidence that they need to be able to take their hard-earned money and invest in something.
Right.
So if you join the community, you can always reach out and say, hey, Beyan, can you set up a meeting with me and tell me more about this? And then I can help you with that process. So definitely click on the link below and join our Telegram or join our WhatsApp group. You can learn so much and you can be a part of this community. We'll be very glad to have you.
Awesome. So let's talk about awareness a little, right? Before we get to how a person who lives in Africa can participate. As far as awareness here, what are some of the mechanisms we have in place that will point people to Akibolium and Aki Coin?
Absolutely, yes. One of the things I'm very grateful for is the internet is actually spreading out now. So even our people, our brothers and sisters on the continent, they're getting access to internet. Obviously, they can interact with different systems. But here, one of the advantage here so far, and we're trying to take that to the continent also, is the onboarding process. What does it take for me to even buy Aki? First, the way the system is set up, because we are introducing this new currency as an asset where you need real money to be able to get it. Even though right now, you know, it isn't high, like Emmanuel talked about, but we launched in March, the 9th of March, when we have thousands of dollars already in. Thousands of dollars already in. And obviously, I'm very cognizant of this. Our team, we want to make sure we're going very slowly. We're not really interested in just money. We're more interested in community building, education, and then the money, all that stuff comes later. But if you go to Coinbase, for example, and buy USDC,
right?
And it's nice and talking about, you know Coinbase.
Of course.
It's about USDC, and then USDC is like a one-to-one
equivalent
to the US dollar.
Yeah.
Right. So if you buy that, then you can send that to our platform and use that to buy our currency, Aki. And one of the things we're trying to do right now, we're working with obviously the regulators in Liberia. Things are very slow.
Okay.
And in other African countries, because we can't just go there and start doing things.
Right.
You know, we respect our countries, and we want to make sure we as a company, the Akibolium project, we want to make sure that whatever we do is in alignment with the laws and the regulators. We're doing the right thing.
Okay.
You know, so we can't be claiming to try to develop our community, our African community, and also breaking the law.
Gotcha.
So we're talking to the regulators to figure out how we can get the whole regulation clarity that digital asset needs, because we don't have digital asset regulations yet.
Right.
Ghana does. Kenya.
Okay.
Nigeria has been working on it.
Okay.
But there are a lot of other countries that hasn't. So we're working with them to that. How that's going to work, for example, I like to get Liberia as an example because, I'm from Liberia. So we want to have mobile money, which is another digital asset to be used.
On the platform.
On the platform.
On your platform.
On our platform. Okay. You get mobile money, and then you get Aki Coin, and then you can be able to build your institutions and.
Gotcha. I know you have SendWave right now.
Yes.
Is this something like that? Are you going to be competing with SendWave?
SendWave is I would say when it comes down to Aki, and even I take a look at some of the gas fees, the fees, the transaction fees, we call it, it is super cheap. SendWave is very expensive, but SendWave is not as expensive as MoneyGram used to be, right?
Right.
We've been around MoneyGram, we had, how you call it, Western Union, those were like $10 to even send $5.
Right, right.
Then SendWave came now, it's like $3, $1.
Right.
But on the blockchain level, it's like all it takes. Somebody in Liberia has a wallet, create their account, and they have a wallet, and I'm here, and I just send them Aki right away, and this transaction settles in like 3 seconds.
Right.
They got it right in their wallet, and it's a fraction of the price. I can send a person probably $10,000 at a cost of less than 2 cents, 3 cents.
Right.
So this is what we're dealing with. We want to make transaction faster.
Okay.
And then we also want to make it cheaper.
So say I bought some Aki Coin, which is your coin that's competing with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and all of these coins that are making buzz. Aki Coin is in the same space.
Yes.
Of those coins. It's legitimized, it's decentralized, it's ready to do business. And we want to encourage our folks to actually go in there and just buy it. Now is the time to buy it. So after you buy Aki Coin, I can offload that coin anywhere I am in the world.
Yeah.
If I'm in China, I can offload my coin through USDC. It convert to US dollars. I can take that and take to my bank account.
Yes.
And I use my debit card. So I bought Aki Coin, and say the coin went up and I got some profit. I want to take profit. I convert that. I go back on your platform, convert it to USDC. Which is, and USDC is the platform that is a liaison between all of the blockchain, all of the cryptocurrencies, all of the stable coins, where if you're selling Bitcoin, you convert it to USDC and you take that, put it to your, and send it to your checking account.
Yes.
And now you can use your debit card in Liberia, in Ghana, in South Africa.
Absolutely.
So this is a legitimate coin. And congratulations to you guys for really bringing this, the average investor.
Yes.
Now let's talk about other products that you have. I know what we just discussed is going to replace SendWave in a way that is very, very cheap. Very cheap. Split second.
Yes.
So folks that want to participate on the continent that don't have any access to the US, and we're looking at the identifications there, they don't have social security, they don't have ways of actually identifying people in ways that it's
very important.
Yeah, so how do they participate, those that live in Africa?
Yeah, one of they really encourage us as a project to work on what we're doing is the fact that, the continent of Africa has been left out of the global financial system.
Absolutely.
Right. And it has to do with, KYC, customer.
Yeah.
So in the US, for any centralized entity, whether it's a banking system or there's a Coinbase, in order for you to use their platform and have access to investing and generating wealth, they have to have like identification system that they recognize. And they recognize the US identification system. They don't like our identification system.
Okay.
Why?
Disparity.
They don't like our system.
Disparity.
So you have
accountability.
You have 1 billion people then kicked out of the global financial system. Our people can invest at home. Most of our people have money today. Most investment we get to do is actually build houses. And then, when we get broke tomorrow, we sell the house and take the money. We're trying to, because I had this conversation with you, Emmanuel, when we were growing up, some people, that they were super rich, went to school, they're very wealthy,
Right.
and then later on, 10 years down the road, maybe the father or the family passed away, and then the whole family struggled.
Family's broke now.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no generational wealth
Right.
ideas that
Right.
is going through the community. And so blockchain technology through the Aki Coin is a way that people can actually store money.
Right.
It's like buying gold.
Right.
And when the price of gold goes up, the price of the investment goes up. So I think it's critical that people on the continent and diaspora Africans start to actually look into buying the cryptocurrencies.
Yes.
Right? I would rather support, because we just talked about how Africa has been left out of
Yes.
the financial system, and they become people that just put resources into the system and don't get resources out.
Yes.
So your platform, your blockchain technology is going to create a hub
Yes.
for the average Africans to actually go in there and participate in this global buzz that is going to be a thing
The
now.
global market.
That's going to replace paper money.
Yes, and it's not just the crypto. We have, you mentioned what other products we have. We have developed an exchange.
Yes.
Now, this is actually, there's nobody on the continent that is doing blockchain work like the Akibolium team.
Okay.
We've been doing this for over 3 years. We have some of the smartest people that are part of the team, and those are our people who understand the condition of the African continent. Those are people who, grew up on the continent to some extent.
Right.
But we also have, African Americans and people from like South America
Right.
that, even though they haven't been on the continent, but they have roots connected to the continent.
Right.
So they have the empathy of the
Right.
collective struggle that we
Right.
have as a people.
Right.
So these people are all working hard to make sure that we get this thing done properly. And one of the things I always like to say when I have videos and when I talk to people is, look, you're dealing with people on the team that have integrity.
Right.
Integrity is important. Look, our people have been scammed so many times.
Yeah.
Our people have been robbed. Recently, I was hearing about the scooter thing happened in China. The scooter where people could invest in a scooter, and most of our people lost their money. So it's really difficult to talk about investment to our community because those are people who have experienced the worst end of it.
Absolutely.
Our team, we're different. We're doing things. We're all very, very established people. We have some great things going on for us. We all have our own career that we love ourselves. So, but we do need to build a system that works for the future, the next generation.
So Africans can participate. So I know the technology that you have is not designed for Africa only. What you're doing is encouraging Africans to participate in cryptocurrency
And not be left out.
and they should come to a credible platform such as Akibolium. Now you have this product called Jalof Swap.
The name sounds right.
Yes. Could you just break that down for us?
Yeah.
What is Jalof Swap?
Now, Jalof Swap is the exchange. I think it's one of its kind on the continent. I think South Africa has the connection, obviously, because they have like the South African financial system that's well advanced, but a lot of other African countries don't. An exchange is a place where you can buy asset. So it's kind of like the marketplace. So you go to the marketplace, you look at so many different assets, and then you look at the price, and then you figure out how can you use this asset, what is it good for, and then you buy it. And if it's an asset that has potential, like Aki Coin, when we started, $1 could give you like 2,000 Aki, but right now, $1 can give you under 1,000 Aki. So the price of Aki has gone up over the past month. And the goal is, hopefully, with the hard work we're doing, the goal is to take the value of Aki to millions of dollars in the next few years. 2 years from now, we want to be at least at $50 million.
50 million valuation.
Yeah. So this is going to happen easy. I've been around for a while. I've seen all these projects. I remember when Bitcoin was $3,500. And I was telling people to buy.
I remember when I was 25.
Right. I was begging family members and friends to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin went all the way from $3,500 to $120,000.
$120,000.
So
imagine if he had just had 3 of those.
Yes. Imagine that.
Yeah.
So and a lot of people, but why are we buying this thing? I mean, it's just a digital asset. It's a good for. Can I buy something with it? Oh yeah, it's money. You invest your money, and the market is young. And then when the market grows, it gets bigger, and the utility becomes more important, then your asset grow, your investment grow, and then you can always take your money out and be able to do something, or keep your money there and keep it still invested. So
awesome, man, awesome. Let's talk particularly on how it's able to transform Africa over the next 5 years to a decade.
yeah, yes, it's a good point.
Yeah, let's delve into it a little. How do you think your involvement in cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology is able to transform Africa in the next maybe decade or so?
Yeah, you know, when I think about the continent, one of the major things we focus on, and that's part of the reason why I'm even part of the team, is the identity issue is very, very critical.
Okay.
So the identity problem thing is connected to identity, and we have yet to solve the identity problem in our countries, in various countries on the continent. Who is who and who owns what?
Right.
We don't know that. Who owns this land? Is it really John Brown?
Right.
And John, you know, so Akibolium created mVote, which is our digital identity system where
And you can be identified.
you can be verified. So how it's going to work is, you know, a person may decide if they want to be identified or not.
Or the government,
they have a choice.
The government can partner with Aki
Right.
and instill an identity platform where all of its citizens can be accounted for.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys are able to do?
We have that already. We
Okay.
have the technology already. So we
Okay.
have something called AIN number. AIN numbers is like your social security, well, not your social, but it's like your ID number
Right.
on the mVote account, our identity system. So the reason why identity, Emmanuel, is so important is you can't build nothing without identity. You can build a system that has like credit score system without
Right.
identity. Because if we solve the identity problem, we solve the credit score problem. And then what happens actually, it makes it easier for banks to be able to trust people.
Right.
And then businesses can be able to flourish. And you can have small businesses coming up.
Right.
But one of the reasons why banks can give out loans in the country is because we don't trust nobody. The banks don't trust you. They don't trust me.
Yeah.
You know, but and even if the bank should trust you, the trust is not good enough that your interest rate is high.
Yeah.
Most interest rate, I heard somebody was telling me about interest rate in Ghana, like 20%.
Even more, sometimes 35%.
20%.
It's heavily collateralized with homes
Right.
and your assets.
Wow.
And so if you don't pay, they're coming after your home and your assets.
Somebody gave you 35% of the interest rate on your house, you know they're gonna take your house. You know? So, but Akibolium will prevent all of that. And that's the system we're trying to build and our people. Because we know, even in the US, you know, the system, you know, when something happens, for example, a person gets pulled over on the road, on the street here, the police officer gave you a ticket. He's not going to come the next morning knocking on your door to pay the ticket. He's not going to go and call you, hey, did you pay that ticket?
Right.
The system in place is going to make sure you pay that ticket.
Of course.
Because if you don't pay the ticket, there's a whole lot of other stuff that happens. You know?
So you're solving multiple problems
With the identity.
using this platform. Number one would be to have a hub where Africans can actually participate in cryptocurrencies,
Yes.
both in the diaspora and in Africa.
Yes.
And it's decentralized.
Yes.
It's as good as Bitcoin.
Yes.
And you have an end-to-end
Right.
import and output, meaning you can invest here if you need your money out, you can get it out
get
with
it out.
no question asked.
Very important.
They don't need to call you, they're just going to use the platform just like any other currency.
Yes.
So if I have Bitcoin, right, which I do, and I needed to buy Aki Coin, I know what to do, but please let our audience know, what do you do? If I want to unload my Bitcoin and buy some Aki Coin, what do I do?
Yes. Now, with, you know, obviously Aki, Jalof Swipe is pretty new and it's still being built, and we have Aki on there. We don't have that pair of, you can use Aki and just buy, you can use Jalof, you can use Bitcoin and just buy Aki Coin. Right. So what you would do if you have Bitcoin, you will sell your Bitcoin into USDC,
right,
which is the stable coin.
right.
and then use that USDC and transfer it to
Yeah.
Jalof Swag,
Yeah.
which is our exchange,
Yeah.
and then be able to convert USDC to
Yeah.
my coin. We have
Okay.
my you know.
Right.
So
Okay.
we have my coin, and then also Buy Aki.
Okay. You know what? When I see USDC, I see it as a as a stable coin.
Right.
I don't know why they call it a stable coin. I see USDC as a clearinghouse.
Yes.
It's a place where you take your money from Bitcoin, bring it in the clearinghouse,
Yes.
and you can take it from the clearinghouse to buy Aki Coin,
Yes.
or take it to your debit card,
Yes.
or take it to your bank account.
Yeah.
So it's a place that holds value. I heard that USDC also can grow your resources
Yes.
if you keep it there for a while.
Yes. That's liquidity pool.
Yeah, but let's talk about staking.
Sure.
Right? I have some staking done with Ethereum. All of my Ethereum is staked. That means I keep it in there, and Ethereum as a cryptocurrency go into money and sort of hedge it,
Right.
and then I share it.
You get a
I get a
part of that
kickback.
transaction fees.
Right, I get that stuff. So it's growing two ways. I'm staking it at the same time. If Ethereum
goes
growing, I also so I'm double dipping.
Yes.
Tell us how Aki Coin
Works.
works in that sense.
Yes. Now, one of the things, if you go to the Akibolium Invoked account, which, you know, if you manage to go to akibolium.org and join a group and ask and reach out, we'll definitely help you. All the links you need. Okay. But with the staking, the man just talked about, one of the things you can do also to make a lot of money, and this is what I'm doing, and I've been doing this since we launched, is you can take a coin, whether it's Aki Coin. So if you go and buy Aki Coin, you can put it in something called a liquidity pool. So liquidity pool is like a huge bathtub of, like, you know, Aki Coin and another pair asset.
Right.
So when you put your money in there, that pool helps facilitate the transactions. For example, when I'm buying Aki, I'm buying it from that pool.
Okay.
So we're buying it from that pool. It helps. So the bigger the pool,
The better.
the more a person can buy.
So it just makes sense for folks to invest in Aki Coin now, in its inception.
Yes.
Are you guys considering an ICO, or it's just going to grow generically?
You know, with the ICO initial coin offering, that's something that used to be very famous like a few years ago, when everybody that the coin come out and ask people to invest in it and take a lot of money. We are not really doing that. One of the things we've been critical of, especially if we want to come clean to our people and be transparent, is we're trying to get away from any sort of lawsuit. Because there's been projects that did ICO and the SEC came after them. You know, like, you know, there's a lot of projects.
Right.
So we have a huge responsibility as a team to make sure that we don't have any sort of reputational damage.
Okay.
If we're going to represent the continent,
Right.
we have to do it in a way where it doesn't interfere with, you know,
Right.
lawmakers. So we're not doing it that way. What we do is we just doing it like, you know, regular people go. You go in and you buy from the liquidity pool.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of money in the liquidity pool. I think the last time I checked is almost we just started like $20,000.
Okay.
$20,000 worth just in the pool.
Right.
That regular people have bought Aki and placed that money in the pool to really help with the transaction. So as the network gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the pool is bigger.
Right.
So a person might be able to go and buy like $50,000 worth of Aki if they want to, because the pool is big enough
The
to
pool is bigger
facilitate.
for the feds.
Yeah.
So I know somebody might be, how secure is my money on this platform?
Right.
If I was to invest $5,000, $10,000, how secure is it?
Yes.
What is backing it? I know banks are backed by. What is the security guarantee that the resources on Akibolium blockchain is secure and perpetually?
Yeah, we do. Akibolium, one of the things, obviously, because I got my money there too, so
Right.
I want to make sure that money is protected. So we have audit. We do an audit of the entire exchange. We do an audit of the entire project to make sure, one, to make sure foundation of the project is strong.
Okay.
That, you know, what's coming in be what goes out. And
Right.
what goes out is what comes in, like the debit and credit match, right? And there's another part of the audit too, is the technology itself, to making sure that there's no bug, there's no what the cyber security people will call, compromise of the project, that the project can be easily hacked and money can be frozen, So we do this random audit. We have some cybersecurity specialists on our team that constantly audit the platform and look for and pretty much try to figure out how to fix all of those things. So with the platform being compromised, it's going to happen because we have people around the clock that are dedicated to making sure the system is strong.
Gotcha. Let's talk about Bitcoin being a competitive coin, because I know there are some coins that have the ICOs and those coins remain dormant.
Yes.
They didn't grow. I bought some of those coins years ago and they didn't grow. And I know it's based on participation.
Like some of those meme coins?
Yeah. you bought in 2 cents or less than a penny and you're thinking it's going to grow, but it just stay there. Some of them die.
Yes. Yeah.
How does Aki Coin survive and don't fall within that dead pool?
Oh, no, yeah. One of the advantage that we have as a project is we have a community that's different. You see, the African community is really different than, and it's very untapped. So a lot of people have not yet, the entire crypto market has not yet tapped into this market. So we have that as an advantage, that our people know what we're building is right, and our people will be able to trust us, and that would give us that advantage of making sure that more money comes into the project. And obviously, we haven't even started doing a lot of marketing yet. And that's one thing. That's why I like this team. I've been on it for years. That we're not really prioritizing on quick scheme here. We're not into that. We're not. I do. Buddy on my, we do very well, and we all most of us are engineers. We're living really good life. But we really think that the difference is bigger than just living our regular, mediocratic lifestyle. So,
gotcha.
But I would say the plan itself has a lot of potential, has a lot of possibility of going up. And if you invest now, I think it's actually a really good opportunity for you because you're getting it cheaper.
Right.
I just mentioned earlier when we launched, it was $1 to 2,000 Aki.
Right.
But right now it's $1 to 1,000.
And it might be $1 to 500 soon.
Right. So when it comes to one, then it will be, when it gets to one, you were talking about almost $1 billion now.
So it's pretty much a credible clearinghouse too, because if I'm going to Dubai and I don't want to take cash with me, I just buy a bunch of Aki coin. Get into Dubai, convert that into USDC.
Take it out.
Take it out without any fees. That's incredible. Now, let's talk about marketing. How are we making awareness to our people? Because we're being selfish now. We want people of color. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's open to everyone. However, because of the low participation in investing as a whole, that our community do not participate in because they don't understand it. How do we educate them? How do we get them out to different events exclusively to educate them on exactly what's going on?
You touch on a very important point, Emmanuel. Part of the reason why we haven't really dived so much into the marketing is because we wanted to make sure we get our people on board first. People to get them on first before all the other people start in. And the reason why it's so important is because we don't want the price of Aki to go up so high that our people can afford it anymore. I know it's critical. Catch-22 because we want people to buy Aki, but we want our people to buy first so they can have it cheaper. So when we start going on TikTok, getting all those other, and we start being listed at exchanges like Coinbase and Binance and all those trust wallets, that's going to bring a huge market. It's going to expose us to millions of people. And what happens when those people come in, the price of Aki is going to shoot up, then the regular people, can't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why we've been going very slowly.
Yeah.
To make sure we get all of our people to come in and get
Yeah.
a little bit of it.
Yeah, and I know when Aki goes to an amount, say maybe it's about maybe $1,000 per coin, or maybe go up to
maybe $1, $2 or so. That's good.
No, but let's say institutional investor just came and bought a bunch of the Aki coin.
That's what we don't want.
It's going to push the price up, right?
Yeah.
So you want to grow, you want to compete with other blockchain technology and other platforms. Now, when that happens, because I know I can go and buy Bitcoin right now. I don't have to buy a whole coin. I buy a fraction of it. So I'm assuming that Aki Coin is going to have those kinds of possibilities. So people aren't afraid that when the price shoots up, they can't afford it anymore. Could you speak to that?
Yeah, Bitcoin. So one Bitcoin is divisible, I think, to the 16 decimal place.
Yeah.
So that means you can get a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a Bitcoin. You don't have to buy one Bitcoin. So one Bitcoin right now is about $70,000 for one. But you don't have to buy $70,000 worth of Bitcoin. You can buy $20 worth of Bitcoin. It would just be 20 divided by 70,000.
Absolutely.
0.00000. That's the Bitcoin you're gonna own.
So as an Aki investor, I should be afraid that when institutional investors come and push the price up, I can still afford it. I can still participate on a macro level.
Yes.
Now you can afford to buy one Aki coin, two Aki, 5, 10,
about 10,000
at this point right now.
Yes.
And I think that buzz should be heard in many in schools, in churches, anywhere that we gather as a people.
Yes.
Even on the continent, that people can actually trust this blockchain technology and this exchange that you have developed, so that they can start to store money and participate in this new wave.
Yes.
We did participate in the industrial revolution. I said that earlier. The textile revolution came. We didn't participate in it. The automobile revolution came. We didn't participate in it. The dot-com boom came. We did a little bit, but we did on the back end, and as participants that were employees. Right? So now it's open now that a person who makes Bitcoin, they can buy Aki Coin now.
Yes.
A person who didn't participate in Ethereum can buy Aki Coin because they perform the same way.
They do. But Emmanuel, you said something about institutions, people. Those are the people that we're kind of afraid of. I mean, don't get me wrong, we want them at some point, but with the genesis of the project right now, you want
your people to come in.
We want our people to come in
first.
Because if we get the institutions to come in, they're going to come and own a huge percentage.
Absolutely.
And then what happens? They control the price.
Yeah.
And then what happens in the future? You get something called pump and dump.
Yeah.
As the price goes up a little bit, the institutions sell some.
Yeah.
And then the price comes down.
Yeah.
So we have this stagnation. We don't want that. We want a decentralized ownership. Of the coin. It's very important. Bitcoin on the other hand is really difficult to have Bitcoin centralized because it's so expensive right now. Even institutions coming in, they can't even get out of it because it's $70,000 for one. And it's only going to be 21 million. And out of that 21 million Bitcoin, I think 4 million is already missing. So, we want Aki to be for the people of the continent to be that. And we can get the institution people maybe later. We can get them later. And that's one of the things we've been doing. We haven't really consulted a lot of VCs, like a lot of venture capitalists.
They would jump on board this thing. Especially
they would control it.
It's a virgin.
They would control it, and that's what we don't want. We don't want to sell our soul, our people call it. Because when these guys come in, they're all about money. We're focusing on...
The thing is a catch-22 because when institutional investors come in, it's going to make the platform rich. The engineers, right? You guys, the owners. But it's not transferred to the average person. That's what you're trying to avoid.
That's what we're trying to do. We want the average person to do well.
Very interesting. So what other products do we have on the blockchain right now that people need to know about? We talked about Ma. We'll talk about Jalof. We'll talk about the coin itself.
7 Tribe is another new coin I just got listed by some African American project.
Oh wait, so others can list their coins? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Coin, and what we're doing in the future, we want to be able to have other commodities listed from whether it's on the continent of Africa listed on the exchange as well. So, like diamond mining, the price of that. Metal Steel, another company in Liberia, to be listed. We want companies on the continent to list, whether it's share ownership or so. I was talking to, I don't want to point this out too much because this is something is a conversation that's still ongoing, but we're talking to a Liberian-based equity fund company that will be giving out shares to people who put their money in this equity fund, and then they would take that money and go and invest in some kind of manufacturing company. And all those people who put their money can have ownership of, like a share ownership of the percentage of how much they put in. But Akibolium say, you know what, that's cool. But then how do you keep track of who has, who owns the share? We have an identity platform already that and use that. The ownership of that share can be tokenized. That owns the share to have in their wallet. And that we can also create a secondary market with trading of that share. So if you don't want to sit down and wait for 5 years for the company to invest in the manufacturing and get money and get your dividends, you can sell that to somebody else. Easy. So you don't have to wait for 5 years. You don't have to be stuck. So we have all of the products that facilitate those things. From identity to the trading. We just had, like I mentioned, another project called 7 Tribe just got listed on the Akibolium Jalof site. On Jalof site, it can be traded. But they're there. We're still going through the process of their project because we want to make sure their project is good and there's no any sort of stuff around it. It's going through full technological audit and financial audit before it gets on. So that's going to bring a lot more money to a huge community to our ecosystem.
We're going to be winding down on this project. I know we're pretty tunnel vision on what we're talking about today, which is cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, investing in assets, in digital assets, which is going to the world. It's already taken over the world. And you are exposing this, you and your team, through the Akibolium platform, exposing this to Africans in the diaspora and Africans on the continent so that they don't miss this revolution, this cryptocurrency revolution that started at least a decade ago with Bitcoin. And you guys are on the same Bitcoin. There's no difference there. The only difference is a lot of people heard about Bitcoin and invested in it. It pushed the price up. So if a lot of Africans, African Americans are able to get here now and buy this coin at a very minimum price, they can gain wealth. Literally.
Because you're getting something cheaper before the price goes up.
Before the price goes up.
Yeah, it's like getting Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like 5 cents.
Yes.
So think about it. You get something at 5 cents and it goes up, And, we don't talk a lot about the prices. It is important because a lot of people will say, I like the technology and all of that. I really like what you guys are doing. But when it comes down to it, man, how much money am I going to make? That's a lot of people question. Even though we as a team, we don't like talking about the money, we focus exclusively on the technology because we know when we do the right thing, the investors will come. So,
well, we're gonna wrap it up. Do we have any final word? I know the link is going to be below in this video for you to click on and invest immediately. I'm going to invest absolutely. This platform. I'm going to invest not conservatively. I'm going to invest aggressively because I know where it's headed.
You can buy all now. You got.
I'm not going to be an institutional investor, so don't get scared. I'm not Apple. I'm not Apple, but I'm going to buy in that's going to make make sense. That I can talk to others about in ways that make sense. So, what are some of the final words that you might want to say to the audience before we wrap this up?
I would say, the world is changing, people. There's a whole lot of things that are going on around us. I've been around for years. In the short life I've been living, I've seen the revolution of the internet. I've seen Netflix came up. I saw Facebook was coming up. I saw a whole lot of new and emerging technology that came out and didn't invest in it. I did not invest in it. Now we have the blockchain, which is a whole revolution. you don't miss out on this one. This is bigger than the internet. So I encourage you to be a part of the Akibolium community. If you're a tech person and you have some sort of background with tech, or you've been working with like IBM, I want you to sit down and talk with us, because we're looking for that asset too. And if you want to buy Aki Coin, just reach out to me. You can always you can reach out on 503-2190 is my contact. I would love to have a meeting with you and have a Zoom talk and talk about why this is important. I think that's the place I always like to start first. Figure out why you should get involved in this revolution. It's very important. Not so much of getting your money in, but just to educate you a little bit about how things work and give you the confidence you need. So
this is powerful.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
No doubt, man. This is powerful, because can you imagine talking to the owner of a cryptocurrency? Can you talk to the guy who started Bitcoin?
Right.
It's too personal. It's too personal.
Satoshi.
Let's go. Let's
talk to Satoshi.
No,
because nobody knows him.
No, but you can be called and you're right in.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. Awesome, guys. Like to the channel. Let's bring more guests like this, and let's make this bigger, and let's make awareness in our community so that we can grow together. Ciao.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
your time.
You got it, buddy.
I thank all the work you're doing in our community,
man, absolutely,
and everything you're doing to make sure our people are educated in making their mindset to think. It's very important. We need information is power. It's not so much money. It's information.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Got you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.